when we finish the last stitch of a round in crochet. How can we identify the position of the first stitch without relying on a stitch marker? Let's take a closer look to observe. These are all the stitches we have crocheted. Everyone, let's recall that after completing each round and before starting the next round, we usually crochet a slip stitch and a chain stitch. This small one here is the slip stitch that we crocheted. Because we tighten the yarn after each crochet stitch, the slip stitch appears much smaller. The adjacent stitch is the lock stitch that we crocheted. The chain stitch is used as a turning chain to elevate the height of the next round. This is the first stitch of this round. Distinguishing the specific stitches can help us better identify the first stitch of the current round. However, there is another simpler method. This is the last stitch. This is the slip stitch and the chain stitch that we crochet. So, between the last stitch and the first stitch, we don't need to identify it specifically. We just need to know that there are 2 stitches in this space. When we forget to use a stitch marker, we can use this method to directly find the position of the first stitch. Our slip stitch and chain stitch do not count towards the total stitch count. So, after completing the last stitch, we can insert the hook into the first stitch and continue crocheting. Skip the 2 stitches in between. Crochet a slip stitch and a chain stitch in the first stitch. The first stitch of this round is still crocheted in the same stitch. Pay attention to that. Then continue crocheting down to complete the row.